a Labour MP up in West Yorkshire, a guy called, I'm going to find his name, Mark Seward. He created an AI avatar of himself. And I brought it up on the live chat and tried to talk to it and got booted off as soon as I asked about Gaza. And I got several unhelpful answers from it. I asked some like hot topic questions in the UK about migrants, for example, and it was like, nope, not going to answer that. So any actual questions about controversial issues, it would immediately say, no, I'm not going to answer that, basically. And then eventually, I think I got kicked off, which is great. Anyway, I said at the time, I don't think this is going to go well for him. And lo and behold, 2 days later, it is not going very well for poor Mark Seward. So the Express, which is a newspaper in the UK, they have a headline which is "Useless Twit, Labour MP sparks fury with AI bot as critics say do your job." And then they've got a bunch of tweets from people like, maybe you should do your actual job instead. Your useless twit, in effect, is you've made yourself even more inaccessible to your constituents than you already have. Lazy and condescending. I hope they vote you out at the next opportunity, etc., etc. So it got a lot of anti-AI backlash, which I thought was interesting. So instead of the intention here, I think is good, is to create a chatbot which allows you to have access to the information about Mark Seward and to technically have a discussion and ask about like his voting history, what he thinks about certain policies, etc. That's quite useful. However, there's two problems. One is that lots of people do not like AI and they've immediately attacked him saying you're lazy because they are assuming that this he's using as a replacement. So that's a messaging problem. Mark Seward and his team should have said, this is not replacing me. This is a supplement. I'm still doing the rounds. I'm still meeting constituents. I'm doing everything that I normally did. This is just an additional way. That has obviously not come across, or the people are choosing to ignore it. Because other comments like, does that mean we can save on your salary and expenses, resign and give somebody else the chance to take your seat, as obviously you can't be bothered to take the time to review your request personally, etc., etc. This is what they've taken from it. So that's one problem. They've had a messaging problem, and people think he's replaced himself with the AI, which is not the case. It's just an additional chatbot. The second thing is it's giving unexpected answers and or it's refusing to answer anything. So this was what I had personally when I went and tried it out, was that after signing up and getting a one-time password, and there was lots of hoops to get in, it wasn't very accessible. After all of that, I'd ask it questions, and the moment it touched upon something that was even vaguely controversial, the chatbot would say, oh, no, you have to talk to my team about that. So I was unable to get any information. Nope, that's not true. It told me about its policies on traffic control and speed limits. So that's all I got from it. So it means that even if you are interested in AI, even if you are willing to chat to a chatbot, the answers you get from it are not going to be very satisfying. So I don't really know who this is for, because the people who are anti-AI hate it and they think Mark Seward's lazy. The people who are happy to try out and talk to an AI MP will use it and be like, it's not very good. It's not very helpful. So I don't see what the use case is. I don't see who this is for. Again, I think this is the way we will go. I think most government departments will have chatbots, for example. And I think most MPs, most public figures will probably have some kind of AI presence like this. And I applaud him for being at the forefront and taking the flak, but the implementation is not particularly good. So I'm just having a look. Yeah, so this is what I got. The question response is that I'm not able to provide specifics on my voting history on the time. At this time, this newspaper, they asked him about migrant hotels, asylum hotels, and it was met with, I'll make sure to pass your inquiry about asylum hotels in Leeds, Southwest and Morley to my team. So it diverts. To be fair, a politician would do exactly the same. You ask them a direct question, they're not going to give you a direct answer. So maybe it's just truthful. But I think all in all, this is going about as well as I thought it would, which is not very well for this guy. And I applaud him for the effort. And I'm sure they will shut it down within the next couple of days because it's going to be too much trouble. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they thought would happen, whether they thought that this would be met with wide approval and excitement. But I don't think the team is getting the reaction that they expect. So I bet it's gone by next week, but we'll see. Let's hop over to the questions and see where we're at. Your advice is excellent. Thank you. I don't know what on, but I'll take that. I had one, I could probably put it up. I had a troll in my comments. The trolls I get, or a lot of them, are they're quite eloquent and they sound like they're not trolling. So I have, for better or worse, I have quite intelligent trolls. And they'll say something, like a very sensible argument, and then at the end, dig in the knife. Oh, nasty. So it's very nice when people just say, oh, thank you for doing these videos. I do appreciate that, because not very many people do. Thank you. Most people are very angry on the internet for whatever reason.